Welcome to this week's Shop Talk. We are J&J.
I'm John.
I'm Jared. I was about to say I'm John.
People won't know the difference.
Yeah, that's true. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking Cornell & Deal's Toggle Hall.
Me
What
too.
are you drinking?
You know what? I'm not really sure.
It's a Dust Bowl Brewing Company, I believe,
Yes. Hobo Pilsner.
from California.
Yeah. Central
Valley.
Cali.
Yeah.
Yep.
Called the Dust Bowl. I think it comes from Tulare?
Turlock.
Turlock.
Just as bad.
Steady on.
Well, they actually do good beer, especially their like the double IPA they have is quite good. This is
It's good. Quite good.
Yeah. I don't usually like pilsners. This is pretty passable.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. This is not staying lit. Forgive me.
This week,
We're talking about shaping.
yes.
Freehand shaping in particular, in contrast to a factory pipe, which is made by a big old machine that just takes random blocks of briar and just makes shapes, same shape all the time. And then when you start getting into a little bit more of the handmade pipes, a lot of things are done on the lathe. A lot of people do a lot of things on the lathe, from turning down the bowl, turning down the shank, which is people could relate to kind of a factory pipe. The difference is the person is cutting it, and he or she is determining the shape on the lathe, and there's still a lot of elements involved that are very handmade. Freehand shaping is very much like purely handmade, barely any lathe work. So that's what we're talking about today. And shaping comes down to lines.
I think that's one of the reasons why you pay, you can pay inordinate amounts of money for like an S-Bang or a Former or a Conowitz or whatever, is because even though their billiards can be theoretically very similar to a Savinelli, you can just look at it and you can feel the lines being right. They're just right.
Yeah. If you put a Savinelli next to like an S-Bang, just straight billiard, you can tell that they are not the same, not just in shape, but the way the shape goes with the grain, because you're following the grain. You're not just cutting a shape into a block. It's not preschool work. It's art following the grain and following the line, because it's easy to take a profile and say this is a good profile, so you can see the nice line, but then taking it so that if you were holding it in your hand, the entire profile, as you twist it and look at it from every direction, all the lines flow right. And that's done with the shaping wheel.
Right, and so you can shape billiards and all the classics on a shaping wheel, which we do often, and which I personally feel yields a more beautiful result.
Agreed.
But you can also get things like acorns, horns, what's some other random stuff we do? Weird
flowy, Dublin-y paneled
blowfish.
shanks.
There's a
blowfish. Yeah, you can't do a blowfish on the lathe.
Yeah.
Taker, devil's maker, let me hear you sing.
We have 4 new pipes that are on our website,
J&J
jnjpipes.com. If you are on our newsletter, you would have found out about that a week ago. So you should sign up for our newsletter. It's on our website, every page. If you're looking at it on your phone browser, it's at the bottom of the page. If you're on a normal desktop browser, it should be on like at the right, somewhere on the right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, sign up for that. Also, we're going to do something rather fun this month. Would you like to tell?
Sure. This month, we are going to be raffling off a pipe. We are going to do 4 podcasts this month, one every Friday. And every time we do that, everyone who shares it on Facebook,
any of those 4
any
videos.
of the 4 podcasts that we're going to do this month, share them on Facebook. You will be entered into the raffle. Your last chance will be Friday, October 31st, Halloween, and do it by midnight. That's the cutoff. And then the next week will be our Vegas podcast. And in that podcast, we will pull out the winning ticket.
Yeah, and it's a $400 pipe given away in a raffle. It's a nice little black Rhodesian with hand-harvested bamboo. And it's quite a looker. A lot of people have liked it at the show, and it's a fun little pipe. So
yeah. So free pipe if you want it.
Have your very own J&J Pipe.
Yeah.
If you don't have one already.
And if you can't get the free one, you can buy one on the website, and you can find out about that on the newsletter. And if you want to know how they're made, keep watching.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.